Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Andrew DiStefano, Putnam County Crime Analysis. Today I'm starting what's going to be the first of several videos I'm doing for school for a site assessment that I've done on the Putnam County Trailway. It's a CPTED site assessment. CPTED stands for Crime Prevention through Environmental Design. Again, crime prevention through environmental design. I've had my certification in CPTED. You have to be certified in it if you're going to do it. You can't just use principles here and there. That's kind of reckless. But I've been certified in CPTED since 2019. And first project I was allowed to participate in with the professor was incredible. Was the school shooting down in Parkland, Florida, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, when they requested a CPTED site assessment on the school after the shooting, to try to tighten things up. So again, this is a this is a CPTED site assessment of the bike path, a.k.a. the Putnam County Trailway, and I'm doing this for school because every couple of years I have to do I have to renew my certification. All right. Now, what is CPTED? Again, it stands for Crime Prevention through Environmental Design. Now, I do want to say that I use StreamYard as my system here. Now, StreamYard has a feature on here called Notes, where you can write your notes down, then click your button, and it moves over to the picture. So as I'm looking at the camera, I can scroll and read. I can read like a teleprompter. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't use that feature. Except when you see me looking down at my 3 legal pads of analysis. I have 3 legal pads of analysis and my 47-page report on the Putnam County Trailway. Except for that, everything is from memory and from my experience. All right. So now, what is CPTED? I gave the definition. CPTED is a place-based and multidisciplinary approach to preventing crime that supports the proper design and effective use of the built environment with to produce 3 results. Okay, reduce crime, reduce the fear of crime, and improve quality of life. Now, does that sound like something we need in the Putnam County Trailway? You're damn right we do. I'll be talking about that during my videos, my upcoming videos. We got some problems on that trailway. All right. Now, in studying, I'm studying advanced crime analysis, and I've been doing so on the PhD level for the last 12 years. And a lot of times, I have friends in Putnam that ask me, Andy, when are you going to finish with school, man? When are you going to be done? When can I call you doctor or whatever it is you're studying for? And the answer is never. I'm never going to finish school because once you stop school, you stop learning. I don't want to stop learning. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy learning. I enjoy all this advanced crime analysis that I do, and I also enjoy being on top of the cutting edge crime analysis and law enforcement techniques. So now, what is this that I'm doing right now? As I said, it's a CPTED site assessment, crime prevention through environmental design site assessment. What is this not going to be? This is not going to be a podcast. It's only going to last about maybe 6 or 7 videos, but I have no interest in a podcast. I did look into it about a year ago when some people suggested I look into it. But essentially, I read the book on podcasting for dummies. A podcast requires the 2 C's. You need credibility, you need consistency. Consistency is self-explanatory. Credibility, very, very important. All right. Because we don't have that in Putnam County. Credibility is a person's ability to talk about whatever issue is out there, not whatever issue is out there, depending upon who's behind it. Okay, because this should not be about people. This is about events. This is about what's happening in the county. All right, this trailway. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm talking about a CPTED site assessment of the Putnam County Trailway. This is not about any particular person. That's what local podcasts tend to be. And they absolutely are, because again, if you're just going to talk about people that you don't like, but when something comes up and it's someone that you do happen to get along with or you do happen to like, that's not a podcast. That's a video of a guy talking shit. That's all it is. It's worthless. And I want no part of worthless. So, in any event, my videos are based upon long time accepted principles. CPTED has been around for over half a century, over 50 years. All right. And I enjoy knowing it. I enjoy employing it. I enjoy being able to talk about a topic in which I know what I'm talking about. I don't have to ask. I don't have to wonder, well, what is this person thinking or that person think? I don't have to worry about any of that. I am extremely, extremely confident in my position as a student for the last 12 years on the PhD level studying advanced crime analysis. All right. Now, what I've seen, and I say that because in Putnam County, what I have seen a lot of is the good guy syndrome. Doesn't matter what kind of job is being done. He's a good guy. And you always hear that. You always hear that. And now that I say it, they're probably going to be self-conscious about it. But you always hear that. You know, he's a good guy. He's doing a great job. What is he doing? I mean, let me tell you something. One of these days, I'm going to call somebody out when they say that. He's doing a great job. What is he doing? Doing a great job. No, that's worthless also. He's doing a great job. He's a good guy. She's a great gal. Yeah, maybe they are. But don't talk about what kind of great job they're doing because he's a good guy. That doesn't fly. All right. Now, this is only going to be my opening video. This is like an opening salvo. It's an introduction. I'm not talking about any advanced crime analysis here, any CPTED, other than what the definition is and what it is I'm setting out to do. Again, a CPTED site review, a CPTED site assessment of the Putnam County Trailway will produce 3 results: reduce crime, reduce fear of crime, and improve quality of life. And we could use that on the Trailway. It's better than anything we have now. A CPTED site assessment should have been done already on that Trailway, and it has not. That's a fact. All right. And I am confident in what I'm saying. Again, this is only the opening video. It's going to be about maybe 6 or 7 videos on the Putnam County Trailway in doing my entire 47-page project. So I haven't, as I said, I haven't put forth an analysis yet, but I do want to stress, I don't talk, this isn't a podcast. I don't talk about people. I'm talking about analysis. I'm talking about conditions on the Trailway. Whether or not the job is getting done, whether or not current policies are effective, that's going to be in the analysis. But I don't talk about people. And that's the key. All right. So I'm getting housekeeping out of the way in this first video. I decided that's how I'm going to do it instead of letting, politics rear its ugly head every 10 minutes during my videos. I'm getting everything out of the way. All right. The biggest regret that I have in this county in 2025 and probably beyond that is having submitted a letter of interest for Putnam County Sheriff. The entire thing was a waste of time. The entire process was a joke. It was based on lies. People were lied to. And that's how things turned out. A whole bunch of lies. Okay. My biggest regret is having even submitted a letter, and God forbid, even having shown up to that silly, silly interview that they had, producing that list. You're telling me that a New York City police captain doesn't get on that list? I'm not talking about who gets picked, who doesn't get picked, who's a good guy, who's not. I'm talking about a New York City police captain doesn't get on that list. Are you fucking kidding me? Look, I have a sense of humor, but don't try to humor me with that. A New York City police captain, do you know what a captain does besides running a precinct? He's in charge of his entire borough, like 5 or 6 shifts a week. So 5 or 6 days a week, 5 or 6 shifts a week, a tour, we call it, 8.5 hours. I would be in charge of the Bronx. I could run the Bronx, but I can't run the sheriff's department. And why? Well, because this guy's mother works with one of the town chairs down in Westchester. That's how things are. That's how things turned out in Putnam. So, but that's not the lies I'm talking about. The other lies are well known. I was shocked how well known those lies are. You know, you guys got scammed. That's the bottom line. So, but I was told during that silly interview, the one thing that I will say that was worth my time because it's entertaining is I remember leaving that room. It was about 2 minutes to go, and I was told you can be the best cop in the world. Okay, what we're looking for is someone that's politically strong. That's what we need. Someone politically powerful who can drag everyone else across the finish line from down ballot. In other words, the sheriff is the top position. Whoever gets chosen is at the top of the position, right? They're at the top of the ballot. So they need to be able to pull up all the councilmen, all the supervisors, all the legislators, etc. Well, how did it work out? How did it work out? Half the Republican candidates lost, and there was a lot of them. Half of you guys lost. The Putnam County GOP got its face kicked in. You guys got knocked on your ass. I mean, you should really be embarrassed about how everything turned out. Well, let's go. Putnam Valley, they lost the supervisor and they lost the town board member. In the town of Kent, they lost the town board member and their supervisor, who's a very strong elected official, won by 3 points. 3 points? I mean, that's the best the GOP could do. Town of Patterson, there was 2 Republicans up for re-election in town board. Both of them lost. So I guess things didn't work out so well, did they? You know? And that's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. You guys got knocked on your ass. Every time you plan something, every time you pull a scam, it doesn't work. All right. So as I said, this is my CPTED site assessment. This should have been done already, and it hasn't been. Now, I know the biggest lie in law enforcement is we do that already. We do that already. And I've listened to it for years. I'm not going to listen to it no more. If it's been done already, I'll see it on the Trailway. And it's not been done. So, again, but this is for school. People can take it as they want. I enjoy doing this stuff. I've been doing it a long time. This is my opening salvo. The first video is going to be, the first analysis video is going to go right into it, going to go right into the Trailway. You know, what is CPTED as it relates to the Putnam County bike path, a.k.a. Putnam County Trailway. My analysis took about 2 months and a lot of interesting things. I saw a lot of interesting things. And not all bad, you know, there was some good stuff. There was some good stuff going on. So, but again, anyway, this is Andrew DeStefano from Putnam County Crime Analysis. God bless, be well, and be safe.